Give a round of applause to Glenn Gillis from Sea Monster.
Hello, thank you so much. Now, there are lots of different types of games in the world, and some of you are hardcore gamers, some of you are game designers, some of you are just interested and passionate about the space. Look at the growth, bottom left, you can barely see it, so I'll read it to you. But right now, that industry, just the serious gaming part, is already at least a $3.5 billion a year industry, and that's going to grow to $24 billion in just 2 years from now. That's just an incredible growth. Again, show me which industry is growing at that speed. Where a lot of the activity has been traditionally is in social purpose games. Lots of NGOs, lots of government agencies use games because they realize that games are very expensive, except compared to all the alternatives. Because if what you want to do is you really want to drive deepen engagement with people around something that might not be as sexy or as topical, games are the way to do that. And so across Africa, we have a huge range of non-profits and government agencies already using games. The challenge here really is, what is the financial sustainability with that? And so we announced at Games for Change last year that we would be forming this chapter, and today is the first day of the rest of our lives. So yeah, I'd like to welcome you. Thank you. But they who have the idea must do the work, okay? So currently we're just curating it between 2 and 4 in the morning when we've got nothing else to do. But we think it's important work, and we'd love to ask you to join the cause. If serious games are of interest to you, great, just send us a mail. There's a hello@g4cafrica.org, or come to the Sea Monster stand and we're happy to give you some information on it. We're still figuring out how we're going to organize ourselves. We certainly do not want to duplicate efforts that are already being made. So we're exploring some interesting models. So if you want to come on, join the board, please do that. We'll go through a formal process of selecting. If you just want to be kept informed, or if you think that we should be talking to somebody, then please let us know. So thank you. I hope that was a whistle-stop tour of serious games. Welcome to Cape Town. Welcome to Games for Change. And of course, welcome to Africa Games Week. Thank you very much.
Shelby, I come from Tunisia, North Africa. I am innovator, researcher, educator in software engineering, and I switched to video game education. I am a disruptive entrepreneur. I founded the 3D.net Info since 1999. And actually what I am doing, I try to contribute to educate and to construct the community around video game education in Africa.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi. My name is Hugo. I'm the founder of a gaming studio called Malio Games, based in Lagos, Nigeria. Last year, we launched a training program to help train entry-level game developers across Ghana, Kenya, and Nigeria in partnership with Google. And this is kind of like my step into the education phase.
Cool, thank you. Melisandre.
Hi, I'm Melisandre. I am French. I am the CMO of a company named Cultures, who creates games to have that value of educating while playing. I also had the chance also to work for Paradise Game, which is a company based in Ivory Coast, where we tried with our means to educate the this time not the people but the industry to learn about African developers and their games. And I am also a teacher in some high schools. I'm teaching marketing events in related esports and business schools. Sorry.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Douglas Ogeto from Nairobi, Kenya, co-founder of Ludicworks, which is a Pan-African video game publishing company, helping people with the distribution, marketing, and monetization of the games. In terms of education, we've been training young people to see how they can capacitate themselves in video game skills, one of which we partnered with Samia, where we train people across 10 African countries with the support of Epic Games. And most recently, last year, we launched IT Think Gaming, which the participants are below, which is a 6-month training supported by Microsoft to see how South Africans can actually enter the video game skills. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Why do you think this is such an opportunity, especially for the African continent? A lot of my experience in educational games was that you first get a lot of rejection by the people that you think should use it, teachers, schools, and everything. What are the opportunities? What do we need to tell people to convince governments and educational bodies to actually use more games and have games developed for educational purposes for children and adults? Who would like to tackle that?
We worked on a serious game last year, a business simulation game on the studio side, where essentially the objective was to educate people within the tourism industry around product strategy, price strategy, stock management, customer relations or customer services, and we built a game around this subject. So my view is that the central objective or the game design component is what really drives this kind of like user interaction and user behavior. So when people are playing a game that is intended, that has an educational purpose, it doesn't have to be overly educational. It can still be a game that implements and applies educational strategies or educational strategies within that game. So the game itself is called Mama Atingi, and it's linked to a learning platform called Atingi. And the idea here is that you can play the game, and in the process of playing the game, you actually get redirected to the learning platform where you can actually learn more around product strategies, around price strategies, around product marketing and stuff like that. So that's kind of like a different approach. And I think that if the game studios start thinking around educational games around user experience, then you can achieve more success.
What is your stance, what is your approach when it comes to creating that kind of new game developer, starter, career person that has the right skills? And why is it important for the African continent in general? Samia.
From my experience, we work in this kind of program with agile manner. We have an agile process. In our school and even with the community in African Game Dev program initiative, when we propose a curriculum for to train to video game, the process training is not just train to train, but as I said, the students, the talent should live an experience of production. And when he's living this experience, we try to adjust the process. And we work closer with companies in industry to show, as you said, that video game is not, when we train students to video game, is not to work in the entertainment field, but they can work in industry, in mechanical side, in other side. And with this manner, also, we work with the community to push the ecosystem. And this is what we do in our internship, the internship for our students, and even in the program of African Game Dev, we try to make this connection with the ecosystem.
Yeah, I think that is. Thank you guys, thank you for your input. I can really recommend get a hold of all four, talk to them. It's been a pleasure, and thank you so much for coming down to Cape Town and sharing your knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.